In the immortal words of the late, great Shah of Iran, no way, yes way. We saw Double Trouble, so you know what that means.
What's up, jerks? Hey, people of Earth. I'm trying to figure out if this movie's worth the time it takes to watch it. Could be much better spent on doing literally anything else. It's true. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch it anyway. 'Cause that's just how I feel today. And it'll be fun to listen to Jason, Paul, and June rant as they try to figure out that thing that I can't, and that's this. How did this get made? Geostorm.
Hello, people of Earth, and hello, people of Denver! You just heard the one and only John Hamm, a Denver one-man band, doing our opening theme song, laying down the gauntlet to every other city. We've been doing this show for 15 years. No one had the balls to say, let me come up there and sing the song. He did a great job. We're excited to be back in Denver. It's been over 7 years. And you know what? We had to bring something special. A movie that came out in 1992, starring Peter Paul and David Paul as Peter Jade and David Jade. And a little movie called Double Trouble. The IMDb logline is, muscle-bound twins try to smash a jewelry smuggling ring. That's about it. Yeah, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know, that these are two giant men who are identical. Not only in looks, but in personality. Honestly, can't tell them apart. Tagline of the movie, twin brothers, one's a good cop, the other is bad news. One thing that I think is great about this movie that I want to bring up very early on is the writer of Double Trouble is also the writer of The Beekeeper, the Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper. And this was directed by John B. from Pee-wee's Playhouse, the head in the box. That's not a bit. This was directed by John B. He also played the pterodactyl, worked a bunch with Pee-wee and Elvira. And I gotta say, in watching it, I was like, this movie's not badly directed at all. I was into it. So that was John Paragon. Now, to break down everything, we need my co-host. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Jason Mantzoukas!
What's up, jerks? Let's go, Denver! Let's go! I have to be cool. We're at altitude. I will pass out.
I really have been suffering already.
Just the walking out and a little jumping around, and I'm like cooked. I'm like, should I get my inhaler?
Jason,
Paul,
how familiar are you with the Barbarian Brothers?
I'm a full 0 for this. I started this movie up thinking I was about to watch a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Oh, wow.
I had it in my mind that's what Double Trouble was. I was like, oh, I think that's what... And I was like, whoa, what is happening? This was a fever dream. This made me uncomfortable. I felt turned on.
There are so many things happening in this movie.
Wow.
And there is a moment...
And also so few things happening in this movie.
Well,
it's like the perfect movie of so much, so little. Which is kind of the Barbarian Brothers.
Would it surprise you that this is one of 4 of their films.
Done. Boy, and we're rolling on the other 3 right now? We're not doing the show, we're just watching the rest? Do they ever do a movie where there's only one of them, but they keep swapping places?
Oh.
I would like that if that exists.
Well, how would you know? Here's what I'll say. The one that really piqued my interest is a film called Twin Sitters, where they are babysitters for a bunch of rich kids.
Why is it a thing that there's a movie that has to happen for every big, jacked action star that they have to contractually do a movie where they're a babysitter or a nanny? Why is that a thing?
I think because...
The Rock, Vin Diesel.
I think it's just because kids are like, whoa.
It's not a tumor. I mean, it's not a babysitter, but it's close.
But even Dave Bautista did one with a little girl. I think he's done 2. So yeah, I don't know.
Why do we want that?
Kids want big people.
Why, to protect them?
Just to be like, whoa.
You know what? No. Know what? Don't give your kids to these big people, right? Give them to me. Give me those babies. Let me hold them. I'll protect the babies.
Well, in our last episode, our next co-host, she said, well, this movie went down easy for me because I like looking at abs. Well, guess what? You gotta double the abs in this movie. She is the co-host of The Deep Dive. She is a How Did This Get Made all-star. Please welcome Jessica St. Clair.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for having me, boys.
Jessica?
Yes.
Barbarian Brothers, does this register to you at all?
Ugh. I really thought that you guys were going to do a lot of futuristic trash can fires on me.
You're welcome.
This tour.
You're welcome. I believe there's not one trash can fire in the whole tour.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And during this movie, I thought,
I've never been hornier. Thank God I'm in a hotel room alone that I don't have to get out of.
Oh, the fantasies you would have with.
I thought, I wish a trash can would set on fire because it would be more interesting than watching this piece of shit. Now, here's the deal. I said during Craven that his abs saved that entire movie for me. And I think it did for you too, Paul.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it did for you, and you love that hair. But
St. Clair is, let me be clear, sexually obsessed with Craven. And also keeps telling me that I wish I was Craven.
Therapists in the audience?
Now, any therapists in the audience who want to pipe up when Paul's out there? I'd love to hear from you.
All I know is I see Jason in the airport today, and he's all just like Craven style.
I also bring my own throne wherever I go.
No, but I'll just say this. I like a hairless man. I like a man with abs. I do not like a man with a tiny waist and then a big old butt. I want it big all over or not big at all.
Oh, you see, I like that little tiny waist, and then you got that round thing in your face.
Oh!
You do get sprung, Paul. You do get sprung.
Well, we will break it all down, but we have a very special guest. This is somebody who I think is one of the funniest stand-ups working. He is currently a Denver resident, doing amazing comedy shows all around Denver. His special, religion, sex, and a few other things in between is hilarious. Check it out if you have not seen it yet. Please welcome to the stage, Rory Scovel.
Thank you for that.
Welcome, Rory. Well. I was excited to have you on the show, but more excited to have you for this film because it's a real, like when we find these pockets of movies that you don't know anybody in, but clearly this was a thing.
Oh, it is, again, that we've gotten 15 years into this podcast and have never touched a Barbarian Brothers movie? That I didn't know such a thing existed until today? How did I get so lucky?
Did you know of the Barbarian Brothers?
I've seen their faces.
In
I
your
don't
dreams.
know. Yeah, in my dreams.
Yeah.
If I have the right dinner, they show up. I don't know them, and I will
none of us
never
know them.
ever look into them again. This was it for me.
Peter and David Paul. By the way, that's the other thing that gets me about their
Whoa,
names.
fuck. Are these the Paul brothers' dads? Are these Jake and Logan Paul's dads?
That's
Whoa!
Wow.
Are these the prime daddies?
These are the dads that have changed the world with cool sons.
These are my Paul brothers. Right here.
OG.
These
OG
are
Paul Bros.
As straight Gen X, these are my Paul brothers.
Yeah.
I really didn't know where to even begin with this movie because it starts with like a limo driver who's late, who's picking up this guy. Now, we're led to believe he's an actor who's bad at his job. Little do we know, big twist coming. This guy's a stone cold assassin. He kills more people than anyone.
But he straight up looks like he's like Jimmy Olsen. He looks like he's Superman's friend,
I'm
Jimmy
wondering,
Olsen.
you guys would be the experts, but has a mild mannered ginger ever been an assassin? So when I see a redheaded gentleman, I don't think stone cold killer.
Yeah.
Right.
A little too fresh-faced, too.
Yeah, a little too fresh-faced, and he has a little pony.
Everybody in the movie, ponytail.
Everybody. Even when the rest of the hair is short, pony.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my favorite guy. The guy that has, like, really short hair and then a ponytail in the back who fights one of the Paul brothers in the factory afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a Gabrus part right now, 100%.
It kind of reminded me of John Candy's stunt double. It's like he had like a little bit of a mustache. But I was wondering about this assassin because we meet him. He gets out of the car. He forgets his hat, and he's just running around on the street. Rose Hill. I was like, well, this is lucky that this guy happens to be on the street. But then I was like, when I found out he was an assassin, I was like, is he that method of an assassin? Because he's like, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
And I like, is he really going
Why was being late part of it?
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Why was
why the backstory?
or was he late? Like that, like I was like, whoa, is this a choice or what?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this guy is like a stone cold killer who's also like, I like to get into my parts. I am a limo driver who is trying to be an actor. I got to leave my kids to do this audition, and I have to pick up this guy. He's got a full backstory.
And the actual actor pitched that. He was supposed to be on time.
Yes.
And he goes, what if I'm late?
Hear
and they
me
were
out.
like, oh my God.
I would love it if the
Holy
hitman,
shit.
if the hitman pitched it.
Yes.
When they're hiring him to take the hit, he's like, if it's cool with you, I'd like to be late.
They're like, wait, we gotta
As long as you kill him, man.
we gotta time it out with the funeral. He goes, I know, but what if I'm late?
Yeah, I'm thinking, and I've got an excuse. Like my kid was hurt, or no, I had an audition. All right, go.
And then he's always like, boss, can I talk to you for a second? So I'm thinking for this. I've been trying to go vegan, right? So I'm hungry, and so like, so I'm gonna definitely have a thing where I'm like, oh, is that steak? Are you eating steak? And he's like, yeah, we don't need all the backstory, money. Just kill this guy.
Get in the car. Just shoot him.
I would have loved the movie if it went into that much detail about the mild-mannered ginger,
Yeah.
the MMG.
The MMG.
I'd also like to point out, he could have turned around and shot the guy before they even started the car.
Yeah.
Constantly.
He
Really?
didn't have to do all that.
Now, can we
Constantly.
just talk? That this actually is a real bugaboo for me. If
All
you
right.
cut
Add
out,
it to the list.
there are so many driving shots. If
Right.
you cut out the B-roll of driving, you would have a 15-minute film.
Okay, but now, hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. How would you know how people got from one place to the other?
Yeah, because it's another story. That's
You'd be
another
you'd be
story.
like, oh, what? I just saw this fucking guy in jail. Now he's at Diamond Town?
Yeah. And also, if you know the streets, you're like, is that the best route?
Yes.
Yeah.
They definitely weren't going to LAX the best route. I know that.
Yeah, when they got near the LA River, that guy should have been like, is this the way?
This is not the right way. And the guy,
Are you going to kill me?
The guy should be nervous. He's got one of those metal suitcases handcuffed to his wrist. He should be on guard. When they come out with a grinder, Roddy McDowall, give it up for Roddy McDowall.
Roddy
Absolute
McDowall.
champ in this movie. When they come out and they kill him, and the guys come out and his beautiful aluminum Zero Halliburton briefcase. There will be a Zook's Cubes episode in this because there's backpacks,
Please.
diamond backpacks. Anyway, they've got a grinder, and instead of grinding the just one link on the handcuffs and walking away with it, they grind the whole case in half.
Yeah.
And it takes 15 minutes.
Why?
By the way, I mean, I'm probably the more sadistic person. Like, just cut that fucker's hand off.
That's what I thought they were going to do.
Wouldn't that have been so much better?
Yes.
This was the driving shot of chopping off the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy pitched that, by the way.
Yeah.
He was
Roddy
supposed to cut the hand off. He goes, hold up.
Hold on a minute. What if instead I take 3 times as long to make a horizontal cut all the way across?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could get into a briefcase that way. I guess it does make sense. There is so much that goes on right away. I will say this. My grandma, who has since passed, a lovely woman, 97 years old, incredibly racist, she worked in the Hamptons. And occasionally in the Hamptons, she'd have these run-ins with famous people. And one of the famous people that she bumped into was Roddy McDowall. And it was this picture of my grandma was up in her house because Roddy took the picture of my grandma and then signed it. So it's a Polaroid of my grandma signed by Roddy McDowall.
But not of him.
Not of him. And not of her with him.
That's so weird.
And my grandma would tell this story about how when he took that picture, he cradled her face
What?
and said, Kay, I created 15 distinct personalities in Planet of the Apes.
That is so fucked up, Paul.
Yeah. That's why I wouldn't want him in the picture either.
Whoa!
Talking to me like that. Why are you touching my face, dude?
Why are
Get
you
off my
feeling my face?
My grandma would say, and he grabbed my face and he looked me right in the eyes and he said, Kay, I created 15 different personalities.
Imagine if you had this incredible moment with someone, that you had some sort of an experience, they shared a picture, a moment, they caressed your face, they came in close, and the thing they had to say was, I created 15 distinct personalities for Planet of the Apes. I created,
And just
what a weird thing.
To put a time on it, this is late 90s. So
To put a timestamp on it, this is pre-Planet of the Apes. To make it even weirder. No one knows what he's talking about.
you'll know one day.
You'll see.
You'll see.
Okay.
Disappears into a cloud of dust.
Okay, I created 15 different twin personalities for the Barbarian Brothers in Double Trouble.
Now, this is all before we meet the Barbarian Brothers. One of the Barbarian Brothers, obviously a thief, but not a thief, a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Who is obsessed with cat, like very much like Catwoman. Like he's drawing pictures of cats.
And he's very into like cat and mouse games. He's doing a heist while calling the police on himself so they'll chase him.
This was my favorite move when he did the.
Oh.
You're rolling. Oh, wait, is that what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he rolled up
I thought he was making like a
a whisker move.
No, like a camera.
Old camera to the
Oh.
camera.
I'm on
Wait, you
candid
thought he
camera.
was trying to insinuate movies in a game of
Yes.
charades?
Yes.
To a camera.
So every time you thought he was like,
you're watching me.
so
I
wait,
don't-
was
Well, the quality of the film is so bad. I have to say though.
wait,
they
were
did
you?
have-
I wish you were in your room and he did that, and you were like, okay, movie. Double Trouble.
No, but I have to say, I do think they had some good burns back and forth to each other.
Oh yeah.
I agree, because what's interesting in the movie, obviously one of them is a cat burglar, one of them is a policeman who's after the cat burglar. But what's so strange is they hate each other.
Yeah.
Just the cop hates the cat burglar. The cat burglar seems to like giving it to his brother.
No, but then it all comes out.
But
it's because he was straight A student and he had no choice but to be bad.
Yeah.
So you did like it. You loved it.
Which one was your favorite?
Yeah.
Which one
Which
is your
one do you
favorite?
think was my favorite?
The bad boy.
Yeah! I thought he was fun.
He was fun.
I did think he was fun.
Well, that was less abs, though. You have to factor in. You're getting more abs from the cop.
He was the one that Wardrobe did not give a crop top to.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, it's cool if I wear this in every scene, right?
For the entire month.
That
He's
is
wearing that outfit every
Wild.
day.
The fact that one character in this movie does not change his wardrobe for one scene, but it's like, but
here's my
multiple
guess.
days.
My guess is they did that for us to tell them apart.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yes.
Or
He's always in that.
Yes.
Because if they change much, we're going to have to do
The
exposition
scene-
to be like, I'm the one that was in the Raiders.
Yeah.
that's right.
Well, I mean,
In one scene, he's just dressed as a police officer. We needed it that much to know. Oh, he must be the cop.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Oh, that's the cop because of the uniform.
Beth, can we play scene 4? This scene fucked me up because I was like, I'm confused. Scene 4, this is when they are dressed the same. Oh, wait, maybe this is not, sorry. Oh.
Either way, if you ever have to shoot a gun down at someone, it's, shot.
The casual nature of gunfire.
Oh, my God.
Making no effort to aim, nothing. I would love it if they cut now to an overhead and there were just like 6 dead civilians.
Yeah. This actually started the phrase friendly fire.
Yes. Like, this is an active shooter right here.
Also not a cop.
Nope.
Nope.
In fact, a prolific criminal.
A criminal.
By the way, I've noticed even like the nerdy cop that's partnered with him, they all carry their guns very high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, poor Whitney.
More like a baseball bat. Yeah.
It's like upper cheekbone and higher. I'm like, how are they going to get that gun down? They are not good at guns. Well, you know what? I thought I had the scene where they're at the restaurant where they're dressed the same.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
In
talking.
suits?
Yeah, and in suits. And I was like, I don't know who's
Well,
who.
the way you knew was that the one who's the crop top walked for some reason in a suit like this. Like
He
the
walked
suit
in-
made him unable
He-
to bend his limbs.
Yeah.
But yet he is a guy who was wearing tight jeans.
Yes.
And a crop top, which is
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
a loose item.
How great would it have been if he got fed up with the suit and then just cut it?
Yeah, that would
Just
have been
cut
great.
it at the waist.
That
You know,
would've
just
been
was like,
great.
okay, now I feel better.
Yeah.
Because I just need this 2 inches peeking right through.
Well, did you guys watch wrestling when you were little?
Okay, now I don't know.
Are they wrestlers?
these guys
I was
wrestlers?
too busy talking to Rory.
They're
What?
not wrestlers.
They're not.
Did they
No.
ever do porn? Like that
Well,
that look
you
is
look
there.
at this and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
Show.
this is my
Oh, show.
preferred White Lotus scenario.
Big time. A big time.
These guys.
honestly, you can tell.
I would love it if the Barbarian Brothers were in the next season of White Lotus.
Where are they now? Huh?
Well,
they?
we'll see. We'll get to. We'll
They're
keep it-
here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
The Barbarian. Bum, 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 bum. When they both ran into the subway tunnel, I laughed. I laughed so hard. The Barbarian brothers, Peter and David, are fraternal twins who had a small bit parts following in the careers of Arnold and Lou Ferrigno. But then they made their first film, Barbarians.
Okay, sorry. So they are bodybuilders.
Well-
like Lou Ferrigno and Arnold, you mean?
Yes,
Like they come out
because
of- okay.
they actually, where they got their start was in Rhode Island because they had their own gym called
Local porn.
P&D's House of Iron. So that's...
That's the porn I want to see.
How is that?
Yeah.
I
how
want
is
to
that-
see P&D's House of Iron.
How is that not an 80s era MTV show?
Yes.
By the way, that might be a good shirt for tonight. P&D's House of Iron,
Yes!
Rhode Island. Before this movie, their biggest claim to fame was when they were nominated for Worst Newcomer at the Raspberry Awards, the Golden Raspberry Awards, they were the first actors to ever attend the ceremony.
That's cute. That is
Yeah.
great.
Halle Berry has done it now. Francis Ford
cute.
Coppola has done it. But they lost. They actually
Big time.
lost to a arm wrestler from the Stallone movie Over the Top.
Really?
Does that feel good? Like when you lose that night, are you
yeah.
like, "Ooh, thank
Do you
God."
think? But do you think they only lost because they split the vote? Probably. By the way, I loved them.
Oh, me too.
I found them
They
so
were charming.
watchable.
They were
I
charming.
found them infinitely watchable because I was like, "What's up? Like,
What's up with these brothers?
I felt like they would block the scene and they'd just be standing off being like, blah, 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 and someone would just push them in. They'd be like, what? Okay. It felt like they were improvising. It felt like maybe the movie was a prank being pulled on them.
Yeah.
They felt so organic and in the moment that I was like, these guys are either geniuses or they have no idea what's going
That's
on.
what I'm saying. This movie was not badly directed and finely acted. I mean, like, everyone's like knows what they're doing, and it's fun. Like, even that guy who is like their nerdy
Whitney.
Whitney. Who,
Justice. I'm
Justice
gonna say
for
this.
Whitney.
Justice for Whitney. Because that guy, all he does is try to
Oh, wait, there's a
save
guy
him.
dressed as Whitney.
yes.
I love him so
Can we
much.
can we get house lights? Can we get house
Give it up.
lights?
I want to marry this
Yeah, stand
man.
up again,
Stand
stand up again.
sir.
I gotta get a picture of Whitney.
Come on.
I salute you, sir. I
Come on.
salute you.
Are there any other Whitneys in the room?
I salute you, sir.
I want to just give justice to Whitney because Whitney is paired with them. He does kill the method actor, assassin, murderer.
Yeah.
And at one point he's like, "Should I go call for help?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he runs away, and the Barbarian Brothers are like, "Dick."
Yeah, what a
Like
dick.
what? Why? Like
All
'cause
he
they-
does is save their life over and over and over again.
It was a nice moment. He
He
wasn't
literally
being-
just saved them.
Well, they've got like
Dick.
big bully energy.
Yeah.
Like they're bullying each other.
Yeah.
They've
Right.
got like a real. So to me, they felt like they were just going to be like hazing Whitney the whole time.
Well, I gotta say that's true to the book. The book that's he was. Whitney was that, and they were that to Whitney, and so to see that on screen and go, that's hard to translate, but they did it.
And you read it in the original French.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Double, trouble.
There's so many iterations of it. It's biblical, really.
It's a Cain and Abel
it is.
fable. It's a Cain and Abel right here.
I mean, honestly, even trying to tackle a subject matter, it's like we all know it, So
But you know what's funny is I just remembered in the scene where they're in the apartment and they trap the guy under the weights, when they come back and find his throat is slit, they go take Whitney's pulse, and when upon discovering that
Oh,
he's
yeah.
alive, they're like, ah, shit.
Yeah, he's alive.
I was rooting for this other police officer
To
to
die.
be dead.
Who's done nothing but help them.
What?
nothing but help. Although I do think he went to a bad doctor because he just got bonked on the head, and they wrap him up
Yeah.
like a mummy.
Too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why you would even need to wrap a concussion. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like that's an answer to
Yeah,
it.
I don't think that's how you do
It's
it.
like a Bugs Bunny wraps a concussion.
Yeah.
The beginning of the movie, when the cat burglar is cat burglaring, they call in the cop brother who seems to be working some sort of vice because they're not in a police uniform.
Yeah.
He's with a woman
His partner.
his partner, who I believe
Careful.
I was going to say
Paul, careful.
I feel the temperature of the water shifting as well.
Careful, Paul.
I thought that she was undercover as a sex
careful.
worker.
Okay.
Just because a woman wears a pair of platform heels that don't fit her
As a police
and
officer.
cause her a lot of problem walking does not mean she is a street walker.
Well, I
Paul.
just thought that they looked like they both were not on duty, and they looked like they were in deep like it wouldn't have been like, let's call in the Vice Squad for this. It's like,
I couldn't make heads or tails. They never appear in any kind of police wear, in any kind of... Nobody
But
is
do
dressed like a police
are
officer.
they undercover cops?
I think so.
That's what I think.
Do
I think so.
undercover cops dress in street clothes,
Yes.
or is it only when they're on the beat? When
Go
they're
on.
in the office?
What do you think the beat is?
Well, they're out on the streets being undercover.
Okay.
Have you ever seen undercover cops?
Nope. Because they're so undercover, you wouldn't know.
But you
Okay.
know, they always look so slobbish, and I feel like that is such a tell of what they think of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cops are like, we gotta blend in with them.
Here's
what
what
should I wear? Dress like shit.
Yeah.
Here's,
But now-
here's what I'll
That's like
say.
garbage.
This is maybe the one area with which I agree with the police. We're slobs.
Yeah.
The world they are living in is full of slobs.
They're right. Okay. got
But
it.
here's the thing: we find out he is not undercover because he wears that outfit all the time.
Yeah.
That is his normal. That's his normal clothes. So I guess he just shows up to work. I guess maybe that's his normal.
As himself.
He doesn't appear to be a police officer at all.
Yeah.
Like, it surprised
Yeah.
me that he was, and it surprised me consistently that the police continued to keep him in their employ.
Yeah.
Because in no way, shape, or form does he do any good police work at all.
Well, when you say that, are you saying like when he was typing and kind of couldn't, and he was like, that's your whole statement because I fucking quit?
Yeah.
Or do you mean when he just sacrificed his kitchen sink to be where a cat shits?
Okay.
Or do you mean when he goes home alone and decides it's time to work out
Yeah.
and then put those clothes back on?
Yeah. All of the above.
I need to break down the cat moment because he is gifted a cat because he was called in on a cat. Like, it wasn't like he hasn't been like hunting a cat burglar.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, can you get down to this building? He did. He didn't catch him, and then they gave him a cat, and then that made me
But
go.
when they delivered it, they really lean into it. They're like, we heard you were chasing after a cat burglar. And I was like, honest to God, kill yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, this is awful.
Yeah. But that crushed. You watched. I mean, watch that scene
Oh, yeah.
again. That line crushes.
Oh, yeah.
with
oh, when they were
that guy-
testing this movie, dials went up. People
And
were like,
weird
yeah,
to believe, the captain later, played by Scotty from Star Trek, Jimmy Doohan.
Excuse my voice. I'm sorry. I was screaming at assholes all day.
I'm giving her all I can.
My first sip of beer with James Doohan.
Really?
Yes. I
How
was at-
old were you?
Not of drinking age. I was at a Star Trek convention with my dad, and my dad's like, "Oh, look, there's Scotty," and we were in the Penta Hotel in New York City, and he was drinking a beer, and we waved, and he's like, "Come on over," and we sat down at the table, and he's like, "You ever have one of these?" And I said, "No."
Not
and
right.
And then I took a sip of beer from Scotty. It was the best.
Yeah.
I think he might have been grooming you, Paul.
And then he fucked me.
You're getting space groomed.
Do you know how many
Book two! Book
Do you know
two!
how many chapters of Paul's book could not be published because they were too sad?
Yeah.
No, I think
Now to make
I think
to make the
that's-
transporter work, I just have to put this in your ass.
I think the only reason that story didn't make it into the book is you don't think it's traumatic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was just run of the mill. Meet
That's
a celeb.
That's just a Tuesday around
That's
here.
what they got.
That's in the good stuff book.
That's a
What was your dad? Your dad was like, "Do what he says, boy." He says, "Drink it, you drink it."
You beam it up.
Space beer.
Beam that beer up to your lips.
If an original member of Star Trek gives you a drink, you got to take it.
I agree with that. Actually,
To that end, Denver, I will be in bars for the rest of the night and tomorrow offering beers to children only.
Woo! Beers for babies.
So they give him this cat. He takes this cat home, and immediately he stops to get kitty litter.
Yeah.
But not food.
Not food.
Is that baby food
And
he- or
It's
Baby
baby
food.
food.
or mayonnaise? I couldn't tell.
It's baby.
Or like
it's,
what's
it's
baby food
Gerber.
mayonnaise?
It's Gerber baby
okay,
food.
it's Gerber
mayonnaise
baby
for
food.
babies.
Okay.
They love it. They
Yeah,
love
the
it.
80 the 92 was different.
It's
was a different
mayonnaise.
They always
Babies.
said most babies' first meals are BLTs. You had to always yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, you'd think the store you go to for kitty litter would also sell cat food.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
all we got is baby mayonnaise.
also, my guess is they have litter boxes. My guess is if they've got the litter, they might have a litter box.
But
it
now-
was, it was $10, and he was just like, "Nice try, bud. I'm not buying that shit."
Nice try. The cat can shit in the sink just like I do.
Oh, did you notice the sink didn't have a faucet?
Yeah, it was just, this. All right,
Talk
This
about
movie-
detective work, Rory. Good for
All right.
you.
So this movie has one of my favorite moments in it, and I apologize to Denver because it's going to be very specific to the four of us.
Okay, so you guys all can leave for a minute.
Leave for 1 second.
Quick timeout.
When his partner is murdered at the train station, the next morning, they cut to like the investigation, and they are at Travel Town, which is at Griffith Park, which is a kids' train park where they have abandoned trains, like and kids can run around.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're just shooting this at a kids' park, and they shoot it in a way where it's like it doesn't look super weird that there's like an old 1910 train right off to the side. Like they couldn't even afford to be in the train yards.
Nope.
Scotty from Star Trek was like, "How are we on locations? I might know a place."
I know. We shot a ton of Star Trek all over this city. You need trains?
Yeah.
There's a museum back there.
I was laughing. I was like, there were way too many trains to be there, and they were like trying to desperately show it's not a kid's.
No, she is meeting her CI, who is dead, at a train that is legitimately from the 1800s.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way,
that literally like made its way across America.
and she's meeting this guy in the middle of night. He's wearing sunglasses. Like, what did he say? Meet me. I'll be sitting on a train in the middle of the train tracks.
Right, yeah.
Hey, I'm totally clean. I'm clean now. I got a regular job. Just meet me at the middle of the night. Like he's and
A lot of red flags.
it's a lot of red flags.
Let the
It's a lot of
streetlights
red
illuminate our interaction.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're on the stuff again. Like she's upset with him at first.
She's rooting for him.
Yeah, well, she's going to date him. I mean, I think that they did a good job of saying like,
Wait,
now, I
she's
don't-
not trying to date him.
No, she's
She's married.
She in a relationship.
She was married.
She's married.
Oh, she's married.
She's married.
Wait a second.
I thought that date,
Wait
right?
a second. I thought that she and Barbarian were in love.
No, they are. No, they are. They are.
Well, don't fucking turn on me.
I believe they are cop partners because doesn't the person who reports that she's dead say her husband is
I thought that's why he was so
inconsolable?
distraught.
Don't you remember when the partner leans in? He's like, "I'll get him. I'll get whoever did this."
Yeah.
And then the other guy is like, the other shitty cop
Yeah.
was like, "Let me see that toxicology."
Oh,
I
right.
bet she was literally 2 feet away from the husband.
Not nice.
The grieving husband. I bet she was a junkie.
Yeah, that's why the barbarian brother punches her.
Okay, that makes sense.
Punches the guy from Son of the Beach.
Oh, which also, I think, maybe is when you then see a swing set.
Yes. You very much do.
Yes, he gets thrown into a
It's an insert. It's the shot of just a swing set, and he flies into it.
Yeah.
They
Like, we
tried
could've-
so hard to make it a train station, but they're like, we need this punch scene.
Yeah.
I mean, we got.
We got to do it.
We'll do it in front of the swings, but we're supposed to be at a train. Nobody cares.
Nobody
There's a
cares.
lot
Nobody
of
cares.
swing sets near train stations.
Yeah. We used to play all the time on train swings.
The other thing is there's a lot of crazy shots. Like when he's talking to the police chief, it's that close up of his face and then it fades into his face and then it's back to his face. Like, who was it that directed it again?
Jambi from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Okay. I feel like he was like, you know what? This is a stupid movie, but I'm going to do some artistic things.
Well,
I'm going to have a good time.
I'm going to have a good time
Yes.
and I'm going to push myself.
I felt like the only time that he made a mistake was when he cuts from one brother to the other brother. That I found confusing because it's like you can't cut to the
This
same.
coverage is strange.
Yeah,
you
you-
can't quite make sense of it.
Right, because it does feel like you're that guy who works at the gym. Like, where did I just go? By the way, that's a bit that they do.
Love it.
You know that's a bit that they've done their whole life.
Give me 6 more of that.
Yeah.
Give me 6 more. Which way did I just go? Like, incredible. I
Now-
loved it.
Twins
Jess,
are
I don't
fun.
wanna-
Twins are fun.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but have you ever late at night put your ear to the wall to hear a man working out and get super horny?
She did not need to put her ear to the wall.
First of all, he sounds like he's taking the biggest shit of his life.
Yes.
Over and over again. No, that was so.
Does she think he's jerking off?
I don't.
I think that she just finds it hot
I
that he's
think
working out.
yes.
Yeah.
And also, that's where I was like, oh, these guys must be like famous bodybuilders that it was such a sensually shot scene.
Well, what's so
like,
much
give
more
the people
interesting-
what they want.
Yes, but
Who?
what they
Who
want,
wants that?
Yes, what they want is like him pumping iron and graphic insert shots of
Yes.
his vascularity.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this for?
Who is it for?
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a debate. Do we have him work out on this set, or do we have all of the actors take training on how to handle guns?
Oh.
They made their choice, and
They
that's
made their
what you
choice.
do. They made their choice.
The other thing is, the other brother had just gotten out of jail after being in jail for a long time and lives in a very nice house where he has a Warhol of himself.
Yeah.
Well, he's a thief.
That's perfect.
He's a thief.
Did he steal
Diamond
it?
thief.
He broke into a place where he had the...
Oh, if you don't think that the Barbarian Brothers who exist in this world, Andy Warhol isn't obsessed with them. Like, in this world, I would be shocked if someone, when you go out there, isn't like, here's a picture of the Barbarian Brothers with actual Andy Warhol at the factory. I would
Guys,
believe it.
What was up, though, when we cut to him in his apartment and he's balancing that woman who we all wanted to look like? That woman was like it,
Yeah.
right? You wanted to be in a
Yes.
onesie.
The high cut leotard, but with bike shorts under it.
Yeah, bike shorts under, and then your hair is so flipped over that you have to hold your head like this.
The scene where the Barbarian Brothers fight each other.
It's great.
I'm not kidding. This is a Marx Brothers level masterpiece. A fight that begins in an apartment, rolls out of the apartment, down the stairs, into the street, into the back seat of a car, populated by two people out of that car.
Wait, but then they're like, honey, there's two big men fighting on our back seat. Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie gets it.
Into
Like,
a China shop.
Thank God. I was like, thank God that they weren't like, no, we want to be like serious action guys. No, they get it. It's absurd.
They go into a China shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are bulls in a China shop, literally.
They should study this.
It just says, China. It's just a...
But yet they have no money because they don't show a single plate
Nope.
break.
Yeah.
It's all just
Oh,
sound
yeah.
effects. Smash cut to parking lot.
Did you notice one of my favorite genuine moments in this film is one of my favorite moments that I can't believe I've never seen, which is at a certain point, Roddy McDowall is watching the security footage of
yes.
the robbery, okay? And it's the scene you were referencing earlier where the brother does that.
Keyword.
And when the whole thing plays out, Roddy McDowall hits stop. At which point, not only does the security footage stop, but the score stops.
Yes.
As if the score of the movie has been scoring the security footage. And when he clicks it off, it stops. I had a panic attack.
because-
I was like, am I losing my mind?
Because the score was also not like score. It was like. I was like, that's a fun way to watch security footage.
Yeah.
I stole the milk.
The electric guitar stuff in this movie is insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking
No, they should have
nuts.
won an award for that soundtrack.
and if
I
you-
want that soundtrack.
If you told me they hired the guy that roller skates up and down Venice Boulevard
Yeah.
playing electric guitar,
Yes.
I would believe you.
Well, you know, that song that the driver plays, Bob the Assassin, is his own band.
Great.
He got that in the movie. Yeah,
Is
so that's-
Bob's own, the Ginger's own band?
Yeah.
Wow. See, this was a fun set. And actually, when I was on YouTube, I was watching it on YouTube because I didn't want to pay for this piece of shit. And the first comment on YouTube is somebody who worked, I think, craft services on the film and just said it was a ball. And the brothers couldn't have been nicer. And I think that comes off on the screen.
I agree.
They're all having a laugh in
I
this
agree.
movie.
Yeah.
Right?
They clearly don't take themselves too
They don't.
seriously. And that's both in the movie and it's got to be real because they seem like they are just a couple of goofballs.
Yeah, they're a couple of...
Even on like those late night shoots, you could tell they were
fun.
probably like, "Hey, should we do another take?" And everybody was like, "I don't care.
We
Let's do
got
it.
it."
Let's not do it. Who fucking even cares?"
We got it. We got it.
I
It's
do
not
think
like-
I do think that this is like the fact that he wears the same outfit is like the director going, we could pick up any scene at any point.
Any moment.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like-
Pickups galore.
You know what I feel like the movie is, or maybe it was the inspiration, and it's interesting you say that John B. directed it. It almost obeys cartoon logic.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do stuff that I feel like mostly happens in cartoons, like when Whitney takes the criminal brother to the bathroom, and the brother climbs out the window, climbs all the way down. His brother puts a gun
Yeah.
a cocked gun
Yeah.
in his face,
Yeah.
and says, "Go back." And he has to climb back up,
Scale it.
climb back in. Whitney's still talking about his sister. I was like, this is
Yeah.
cartoon. This is a Bugs Bunny routine.
But by the
Yes.
way, Whitney's improv in that was killing me. He's like, my sister, she likes tennis, but one of her feet is different than the other. She's wearing a shoe. I was like, this, I'm in. Like he's doing a full riff about her leg being shorter.
when they leave that scene and they go to the criminal brother's apartment and they realize it's been trashed, they tear in and Whitney goes to go up the stairs and stumbles and
Yes.
falls. They keep it.
Poor
They
thing.
Kept it.
the only
I think
take.
I think that was part of Whitney's character. He's always stumbling.
Oh, you think? Oh,
Well, he fell over that barrel.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so maybe that was purposeful.
I think
in my
so.
mind, I was like, this was the only usable take.
It did look like he
Like
fucked
he
up.
hurt
Oh, yeah.
himself.
And by the way, but I could see them going, keep it. That's part of your character.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, you
Yeah.
stuff.
And
And
then
they do
maybe
that.
building that.
Yes, and they go, now at the end, you're going to fucking flip over a barrel.
That was his first take on the film.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the first thing he shot,
well,
and he
you-
tripped, and they were like, "You're fucking
true.
genius, dude."
That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's being encouraged to
He-
bring something to their
He
character.
also, in that scene, has
Yeah.
quite a bit of trouble putting his gun back in
Yes.
its holster. He's
he
like,
does. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitney. He's in
and I'm
the
like,
FBI.
what? Is this a choice? Is this a new prop?
Yeah.
That he's like, oh, fuck, this gun doesn't fit in this
It's funny too because it's also a little out of frame.
Yeah.
So you only
Yes.
know that he can't get in there because you can
Yes,
see enough
just,
to where
it's like just to
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And he's not even center frame. He's off to the side.
I bet you
Yeah.
they didn't have the proper holster for his gun. Like they was like, yeah, you got a fucking holster, and he's like trying to jam it in there. I like when they do characters, and I was trying to figure out what you think the characters are. I thought they were doing robots when they get the man in the tanning bed.
Yeah.
Like, you are bad. We will. I was like,
Yeah.
And the weird thing is they put towels on themselves as if to hide themselves, but their faces are fully
Yeah.
visible.
They don't just put on, so they follow a guy to a spa, like a health club. They go into that health club. The guy is in a tanning bed. They cover themselves. They don't put towels on like we belong here. They put towels all over
Like
themselves.
they're a mummy.
Like, not even just mummy, like they are big, like Grimace.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they are like white Grimaces rolling around in there acting like, yeah, we belong here. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It was nice to see a tanning bed, though.
It was, yeah.
Just to know that people used to treat themselves to a midday tan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it kind of made me nostalgic.
Also deciding to go, like, imagine in their reality, like, he's in there tanning, what should we do? And they were like, I think we cover ourselves in towels and talk like evil robots over him. And they both were like, that's what we do.
What
Don't
we
you
did.
That's
wish-
the idea.
Don't you wish they had included that scene?
yes.
I wish they'd included the scene where they came up with this plan.
Yeah.
Because they are, and I guess maybe because I thought they were wrestlers or something like that, they feel like their whole thing is aimed at kids. Like,
Right.
that
It
kids
does feel
would
that way.
like 13-year-olds would be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
That's like, honestly, there are 13-year-old boys in the year 1992 watching that scene in the candlelit living room, and they're like, that's what you do if you get a girl back in your
Right.
place.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That is what you do.
You do Cirque du Soleil. That's what you do.
And I gotta get a loop. Where can I get a loop? Mom, Dad, can I get a loop? Whatever. You
I need
loop for.
loose diamonds, loose coal, and a jeweler's loop. That's how you get laid. This is why we have a masculinity crisis in this world.
Right. Bring it back. Bring back the belly shirt.
I wish we had the Barbarian Brothers. We have the Tate Brothers now? No, thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about masculine, I want to talk about the guy who is.
Denver on board for the Tate Brothers?
Talking about masculine, I want to talk about the guy whose job it is to lock down the diamond exchange, who has a cup of coffee that says, damn, I'm good.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, yeah, lock this place down. The casualness of that operation, too, was very bizarre. Like, that was the only day that they had a lot of extras. And
that they just put outside a regular office building, ICE or whatever it was.
by the way, that's where they shot Children's Hospital for the last 2 years.
Did they really? That's
That's
I know
the
where
old
you're talking about.
That's the old
Yes.
Sunkiss building. And,
Wait, at the International Diamond Exchange?
like I literally have shot in every location that the Barbarian Brothers have shot in. I'm like,
gotta
it's
look at
all
your
the
career,
cheapest.
Paul. You gotta
It's
look
all.
at your career.
Whenever I'm watching one of these things, I'm like, oh, they had no money for this. I've shot in all of these places.
Yeah.
I remember that one time we were shooting The League, and somebody had shown us.
Shut up!
We were on a couch. And someone showed us this picture, and it was a full porn on
I
that
shot.
same.
I shot BFF there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, these places are just used. They're just
Every set
They are
you've been
used.
on is covered in cum.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the charm of doing this.
Yeah.
I've been
why I
in
do it.
so many disgusting hot tubs in the valley that I'm like, absolutely not. I'm for sure getting Hep A through F in
Yeah.
this.
Let me go out to the audience. Let me see what the audience has to say.
Careful out there, Paul. These are barbarians.
Well, I want to go to
They're
anybody in a costume.
Yeah,
the
if you're in
Barbarian
a costume and you have your hand raised, make sure we know you're in a costume.
All right, hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Chris,
All right, Chris, what do you got?
can we talk about this satellite dish that gets
What the fuck is yes? Thank you.
pushed off?
Yes, he does take a satellite dish as if it's like thousands of pounds. And we're like, oh my God. And he throws it on the car, and then the guy whose car falls on, he just kind of pushes it off.
I loved.
Are the barbarians not that strong?
Oh, I assume they're strong, but you're right, because what we don't see is him dislodge it from a mounting. We don't see him do
No, he just comes into frame.
Like oh, I'm having to use so much strength
Yeah.
to lift and detach this satellite dish. It really is just like, oh, I got one of these. Wing.
But he flips a plane at the end.
Oh, they flip a plane.
That's fucking crazy.
By the way, this is a bit that the two of them do. Flip cars.
things.
Oh, flip, they flip.
Oh, they have done this.
That's fun. That's fun.
They have mentored so many people.
Twins are so fun.
Every Miata that lives near them.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We used to when I was in high school band, we'd have to get a whole bunch of people, but our band director had a very small light car, and we would all go out and pick it up and put it into positions that were impossible to get out
That's fun.
of. It was very fun.
Teachers suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah, get them!
We showed him.
Get those public school teachers.
You try and teach us music. You just try and show us the beauty of music.
Just like the Barbarian Brothers said, be cool, don't go to school.
Yeah.
All right, so we're with our Barbarian sister. All right, what's your question? Your name, your question.
My name's Liz. You know how the police chief fires Whitney at some point? Okay. But also when Whitney's introduced, he's in the FBI. So
Yeah, right. Why does he have
Good
jurisdiction
call.
over him? You're right.
yeah, how can he fire him?
Yeah,
That's kind of how dumb Whitney is.
Justice
He was
for
like,
Whitney.
"All right."
You know what? I guess that makes sense for why Whitney keeps showing up. Because he's like, no one fired me. I
hired you guys.
I work for the federal government.
Yeah, I like
the
it.
only way that someone can fire me is in some number of years when a teenager takes control of the department in which I am in and gets rid of me for efficiency's sake.
I think that's foreshadowing Doge.
Yes.
That's
so
what the
too.
movie's
Yeah,
doing.
Big Balls is going to fire Whitney.
all right, I'm looking at somebody who's actively writing a note right now about the movie. All right,
What?
what's her name?
Andy.
Okay, Andy, what do you got?
So this movie came out in 1992. 1994, Quentin Tarantino came out with Pulp Fiction. Did Tito, the bodyguard, look a lot like Vincent Vega? to anybody else with the long
Just the hair. Just the hair.
Just the hair.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is like Quentin Tarantino going, I need to write a movie about that guy?
Well, I
Yeah.
would
Believe.
I
Yes.
would honestly not be even remotely surprised if they did this movie on video archives and Quentin was like, you know what? I love this movie and I based Vincent's hair on Tito. I would absolutely believe you if you told me that. Because this movie is so strange that I'm certain it was constantly playing at video archives.
Sir, what's your name? Your question.
My name is Andy. I've got 2 quick tidbits about the movie.
Oh, great.
The actress who eavesdrops on Peter working out, husband number 3 of 5 was none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
And not that I looked for it and couldn't find it, but apparently these guys did a spread for Playgirl in 1986.
Wow. Beth,
Hang on.
Beth, if you can hear that,
Does someone
and we can
here
pull that
have
up.
it? I feel like one of these nerds is going to have the magazine.
Please.
You do?
Yes.
Do you have the magazine? You have the magazine, ma'am? No? Do you have the magazine? Okay, no.
We're
I
going to
bet-
have
Inexplicably
Beth
raising
is
her
gonna
hand.
be on it. All right, here we are. Now, if you want to ask it in your robot voice, you can, but you don't have to. All right. What's your name?
Alex.
Great. That was awesome. You don't have to do more than that. I enjoyed that, and you committed to it. All right, so, yes, your question.
Why did they have to rappel down the side of that building when they told someone else, like, go get the car? So that guy who went to get the car had a different way to get down.
Okay, that
Well, we
fight-
don't know. That guy might have repelled also.
Yes. I think that guy, I think he's the first repeller. They all were like, we're in a penthouse. We have to be ready to rappel down the side. By the way, I haven't been to many penthouses, but that is not a fancy penthouse at all.
You've been to many penthouses?
Jesus, Paul.
No, I said I haven't been to many.
Oh, you haven't been.
But
Okay.
I can tell you that is not.
Well, there isn't a penthouse that's on the 4th floor. They
Right.
were
That, you
not
don't call
high
that.
up.
You
at
just
all.
call that the 4th floor.
Yes, they were not high up at
No.
all.
But is this again? You guys watch shitty movies like this all the time. Have you ever seen an action movie where people rappel to get away? Because it seems like
Not that slowly.
It's easy to shoot somebody.
Well, also, it would be impossible to set up and rappel that quickly.
right. You have to find a base.
Yes, you have to. Yes, exactly. You have to
Right.
be en belay. You have to have your your climbing shoes,
Yeah,
your
you-
harness, your
You gotta
chalk
get the
bag.
chalk. You gotta.
Yeah.
Guys, read the book. It's in the fucking book. That's what they did. This movie stayed true to the original vision.
I got 2 final comments here. One from a personal trainer. All right, so what do you have from a personal training point of view?
I just wanted to warn people that if you are lifting weights and you're doing chest presses, please do not rest the bar on your actual chest.
That's a hot
'cause
tip.
It can crush your rib cage.
But what if I'm not a pussy?
And again,
I have a question too, and feel free to weigh in or not if you have an opinion. Do you think these guys are juiced to the gills?
Yeah. Can you achieve this naturally?
Yes, or how quickly can I look like this? Remember, I'm 52.
Well, RFK Jr.'s juiced, and he is totally jacked in his 60s. So
The healthiest guy
you
in
can
the
do it
world.
too, Jason. Yeah.
Save it
I
for
swear
your
to God,
Saturday Night Live impression.
Every time he opens his mouth, it's like the Tasmanian devil is trying to tell me something. Every press conference, it's like, what do you think about vaccines?
all right. Well, clearly there's a lot of opinions about this movie. There are some people who even love this film. It is now time for second opinions.
Hi, I'm Fern,
I'm Steve.
and we're both librarians, and this is a Storytime classic. Peter and David lifted lots of weights, grew awesome mullets, and flipped some cars and planes. I can't remember the rest of the plot, so I'll give this rad movie 5 stars on Amazon.
Adorable!
Amazing.
Yes. Support your library.
I love our library.
Support your library. Any other librarians here? Where are the other librarians? Stand up quick. Stand up, librarians. Boom, 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 boom.
Thank you,
boom,
librarians.
boom. That's right. They're even in the balcony. We got librarians in the balcony. Whoa.
Everybody here is a librarian.
Everybody's a librarian.
Everybody.
There's too many librarians. This was a trap. This is all a Doge.
This.
It's a Doge trap. Too many librarians.
All right, there are 144 reviews on Amazon. 77% are 5-star. This one was written in 2016. The author is BC, and it looks like this person is responding to someone.
Do we think it's David Carradine?
Somebody else I met, my first trip to LA.
Mr. C?
Mr. David Carradine.
Made him drink. Made him drink.
He signed my autograph with
With his
a
penis.
yin-yang. Well, the crazy thing was he was shooting a movie that in the future sex is outlawed, and he's trying to get it back on track.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
And you as a child heard about this?
Well, they asked me to be an extra in it, and I... all right, BC writes, first off, it's David and Peter, not John. And it was released in 1992. And it's a B movie. This movie is full of puns and jokes that make this cop crook movie a bit better than the others. The Barbarians were a fun duo to watch on film. However, a director's nightmare by playing tricks, by pulling cars in the parking lot around with a chain and not taking acting very seriously. The few films they made are full of fun and enjoyment for the viewer. This movie is at the top of my list. 5 stars. Now, I don't know who he's yelling at before, but it seems like he's angry. This is from Dupe for Life. Dupe for Life writes this. Only had a few beer emoji, beer emoji, beer emoji. Okay, these guys are built like brick shithouses. LOL, the arms on them had me want to go and run through a wall. Go watch it. Good movie. Jackson packed. Enough said. 5 stars.
Wait, did you just say jacked and packed?
Jackson packed.
Jackson packed.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
But that guy is certain that we all do.
That guy's
Okay, jacked and packed would make sense. Jacked and like 6-pack?
Yeah.
right. Maybe
But
the
Jackson-
beers maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Physical trainer, personal trainer, is
Well,
Jackson
that's a
packs
common
a
term.
thing? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know.
She gets it.
Look, people love this movie because Sad Hydra writes, if you're mad at this movie, like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's about beefy twins. 5 stars.
It's about.
And then finally, Alex writes this. Has everything I could possibly want. Great cat movie. 5 stars.
You know that what's never pointed out is that cat is like just dead in
Dead.
the sink.
Never seen it.
Just dead. Yeah.
He doesn't go home again.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't appear to leave more baby food.
The cat was so thirsty and it like turned the water on, but there's no faucet.
No faucet.
Like,
Drowned.
nothing occurred.
The water kept flowing into the sink, but then just getting soaked up by the litter.
Oh God.
All right, so let me just give you a couple fun facts. The Barbarian's father, in 1993, proposed a Barbarian's theme park, but it was never built.
What? Proposed
honestly,
to
I guess
who?
Honestly, our loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
propose to who is a great question. Did he just go up to someone like, hey, you should make a theme park?
You make a whole theme park of that. These guys.
Like, oh, I just work the register. I don't know what you want me to do.
I would love
take some of the money out of it and go make my boys a ride to ride on.
It's like a Tilty World, but it's them underneath it. I'll get them to actually run all the rides.
They'll do it.
Okay, so this is how they kind of broke into the thing. They were popular at Gold's Gym in Venice for their silly antics, like sticking smelly boots in each other's faces to kickstart their next feat of strength. And then they created their own workout tape that was sold at Muscle and Fitness called the Barbarian Psyche Tape. Their diet was 36 eggs, dozens of amino acid capsules, and chocolate milk daily.
Can we go to
They're
the...
like Gaston.
Can we phone a
personal
friend?
trainer. How is that?
Okay.
Okay.
That is very bad.
30, I don't know. 36 eggs doesn't sound bad.
36 eggs and chocolate
You know
milk?
how expensive that would be now?
Seriously.
36 eggs
$1,000.
every day. That's like an Air One smoothie.
Yeah.
They retired from acting, but then they tried to break into the music industry when they started rapping. They've released multiple songs, and they found their biggest success on the islands of Hawaii.
Okay. You know what
Bless
Yeah.
them.
one lesson I did learn in this movie as an actor myself is that if you aren't a great actor and you have to deliver a line with sarcasm, the audience will not know if you were being sarcastic or if you were just continuing to act poorly as a character. There was so much sarcasm in this, and I was like, was he being a dick or was he just saying his line?
Doing it bad.
Now, we did talk about the Playgirl magazine shoot. Beth was able to find the cover. All right, so that is the cover. They didn't even make the cover. There it is, the Barbarian Brothers Peck's Bad Boys Pose.
The cover is Christy McNichol?
Yeah, so that's their Playgirl magazine.
I can't
Tasteful.
I can't tell you how much as a solid Gen Xer, a 52-year-old, everybody in my high school looked like these guys.
Yeah, because you were close to Rhode Island. I think Rhode Island is something that's very important to the barbarians.
Inexplicably,
background.
a bunch of suburban Massachusetts kids decided in my high school to take steroids, thinking it was going to get them into the NFL or something. And they all had this exact same look and all the vascularity and the crop top.
Yeah.
All of it was giving me such high school bully vibes.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was triggering for you.
It was. All they needed
Triggering
was
for
like
you.
shaved lines in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't know is Jason looked exactly like this in high school.
Not far.
Pretty much.
Not far.
Minus the beard.
Just minus the gray.
Final thoughts on the movie. We didn't even get into...
Who cares?
Okay. David Carradine was a great cameo.
Yeah,
the master thief, they got him for one day. They got a lot of people for one day on this movie. But I loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I will very briefly mention that at the end, the big diamond heist, yes, I loved the idea of it's backpack-based vacuum cleaners, and we're just vacuuming up diamonds.
Yeah.
What a great idea. Loved it. But then they've got they've installed clear windows
So you can
into
see
the
how many
backpacks
diamonds.
so that it's obvious, like it's just full of diamonds.
Yeah.
You can't then go walk out on the street and be like, we're just workers. We just vacuumed up the diamonds.
Yeah. We cleaned it real good.
That vacuum looks like when you go to the car wash, what they use. It wasn't like a high-tech vacuum.
No,
it
no,
was just something you do to get
these are shitty.
your
They
peanut
look
shells
like
up.
just like Ghostbusters with no budget.
Yeah.
Like we'll get them.
My question was, I don't know what a diamond exchange is, but do they lay them out individually for these are all of our diamonds, and they're all the same size, tiny.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
very tiny.
Yeah.
That diamond exchange was sad. And it seemed like, I guess what it seemed like was that he was getting a way better haul robbing the diamond places in the beginning of the movie than they did at the end of the movie.
And you know what was
that's a great point.
What was a bit unsatisfying about the ending of the film is that I really felt like the brothers came together to fight the thing, and then at the end of the day, the bad brother just threw it all up in the air and stole the diamonds? Or was that just a bit?
He's got to be him. He's got to.
I guess, but doesn't that undo the entire movie?
Oh,
Is that
I'm
a
so
good
sorry.
thing?
Do you think there is an arc in this movie?
Yeah, what did you force in
I
there?
thought these characters had made some changes.
So you were let down by the end. That there wasn't enough barbarian brother growth? There is. It's just growth hormone.
Also, are we meant to believe that they have been building this subway for the express intent to get these diamonds? Because that's a long way out.
Yeah, and also way more expensive than the
just
tape.
the diamonds. Yeah, I would think. Anyway.
I mean, how much money Kent Construction stands to make building a subway?
That's what I mean.
Grossly dwarfs the hall
I think
that he's splitting with Roddy McDowall. And oh my God, we didn't talk about my favorite scene. I'm so sorry. My favorite scene is when the Barbarian brothers are in the spa. They torture the guy in the tanning bed. They shred his clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then they basically make it such they burn him in the bed, they shred his clothes, so they're really trying to get under his skin, right? Then he walks out, and they're watching him from the cop brothers' absolutely demolished Camaro.
Yeah.
He's driving like an absolute wreck. Anyway, they're watching him, and they're like, haha, we got him. And he comes out and he's walking around. Then they watch, they're going to follow him and do whatever. They watch as he is run over.
The most brutal
multiple times by the
It
mild mannered
so
ginger.
Violent.
Yeah.
The way his legs are.
That was some Quentin Tarantino shit. Like, I was like, I have to look away. At one point, the little tiny legs were just...
Oh, yeah.
Like the Wicked Witch's,
Yes.
curled up legs.
Yes.
By the way, we
That
did
was
mention
fucked up.
Quentin Tarantino a bunch, but you know who actually did cast them? Oliver Stone. They were in Natural Born Killers. They were deleted out of the film.
Oh.
Robert Downey Jr. interviews them, and Oliver Stone said, yeah, they were overacting. It's my fault. That was the...
I like
too
that
bad.
he took the hit. He took the
Nice
hit
of
for
him
them.
to
Yeah, I
take the
did it
hit.
wrong.
Like I would. There's a world in which I guess maybe if they were more directable or if they were a little bit better actors, that they would have had like character bits in movies and TV for the last 30 to 40
sure.
years.
Yeah.
We would all be like, this is incredible.
Yeah, a staple.
This was an absolute delight.
It was.
I watched this on the plane today.
It was fun.
I felt the woman next to me being like, what the fuck? Because I was like, rewind. Why would I be rewinding and taking notes? Taking notes, and honestly, sometimes taking notes like this. Why are they driving in the car? Like dictating notes into the phone, saying it out
crazy
loud.
person.
Like a lunatic.
When you guys said it was this movie, I thought it was going to be a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
I was hoping.
And I was like, what's happened to their show?
I'll be honest. For me, it meant only one thing, and it was that maybe this was going to be a movie starring the Double Trouble twins. Who were my first crush in as a child. And it did not, but when I searched for this movie, that did come up. So it does exist online, and I will now be watching all of the Double Trouble show. Probably tonight in my hotel.
Great.
Good show. All right, so we all recommend it. Rory, tell people where they can find you here in Denver or wherever, whatever you want to tell them.
You can find me all over. I do a show. I'm doing a show at the Skylark Lounge on April 15th, running my newest hour. Those tickets are on sale soon. And then myself and two other comedians, Adam Caton Holland and Ben Roy, do a show. If you enjoy this, we do a show called Movie Night, where we watch a movie and we basically do Mystery Science Theater 3000 live. And we do that at the Bug Theater, and the next one is April 29th. Come on down!
If you don't mind, may I recommend everybody, I believe it's all on YouTube, Rory made an incredible TV show called Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
For Comedy Central that never aired on Comedy Central, but the entirety of it is on YouTube. If you like things like Detroiters or Southside or anything that's funny, this show is absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend it enough.
I love that. Thank you.
As well as your stand-up special that is improvised, which is also dynamite.
Thank you.
Jess, anything you want to tell people to check out?
Well, love for you guys to listen to the deep dive. Any deep divers in the house, significant women, everybody's welcome. Woo! And you can join our academy if you want to earn your degree in significance.
I love it.
Our accreditation is pending.
And also, you know what? I'll promote your local library.
Yeah, baby!
A lot of the movies we do on this show are hard to find. Some of them are available at the library.
Canopy, Hoopla, we know it all. Libraries are amazing. They've been a credible support for me in my book. It's been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
What, do you want to plug anything?
I'll plug Invincible Season 3, just finished on Amazon Prime. I will plug upcoming Season 19 of Taskmaster UK. If you don't think I give these British fucks the what for, I do. and the final season of Big Mouth is coming out at the end of May.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's fuck some pillows.
I will say that if you just want to watch a free show every week, Rob Hubel and I do a show called The Dark Web, where we are finding things from old Sizzler commercials to karate experts. It's all there. It's all for free. Just like The Dark Web every week. Check it out.
Are you guys anonymous? Are you guys anonymous, the hacking group?
We're bringing down a lot of shit. Who leaked the signal chat? It was us. Thank you so much for coming. We will be back sooner than 7 years. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Eat shit, Colorado.
Give it up for Jason Van Lucas, Jessica St. Clair, Rory Scovel. I'm Paul Scheer. Good night. That's a wrap on Double Trouble. And you know what? The movie might have ended, but the Barbarian Brothers will live on in my mind. I love doing these live shows. They are so much fun. If you want to come see How Did This Get Made live, we're going to be in Toronto on May 9th. I want to give a big shout out to Rory Scovel. He is one of the greats. Currently, he is living in Denver and doing amazing comedy shows there. So if you are in Denver and you want to see great comedy and movie-based comedy, because he has his own kind of Mystery Science 3000 night in Denver, check out what Rory's doing. Follow him on all the social media platforms. And then if you want to see him in the rest of the country, you can. It's just going to be a little bit more scattershot because, he doesn't live in everybody's place that you live in. Anyway, you get how it works. Another big thank you to Jessica St. Clair. It's been a blast having her on tour with us. Dinosaur Improv is actually bringing one of Jessica St. Clair's partners out with us in our shows in Toronto and Chicago. I believe most shows are sold out except for the matinee on May 11th. So if you want to see some early comedy, 4:30 p.m. on May 11th, come out and see Dinosaur at the Den Theater. I also want to thank the Paramount Theater, where we performed in Denver. Checked out Meow Wolf for the first time in Denver. Awesome. Went to an amazing mini golf place called Holy Moly, no relation to the Steph Curry show. And it was great. Thank you, Denver, for taking such good care of us. And you know who also takes good care of us? Our manager, Beth Thomas. That's right. She makes sure every show goes so smoothly and that you can hear it. Now, if you are a part of the show, you can get yourself the t-shirt that we designed live with the Denver audience. It says P&D House of Iron, Narragansett, Rhode Island. Snag that shirt and a ton of other HDTGM merch at howdidthisgetmade.dashery.com. That's right. We have a new place to get your merch. howdidthisgetmade.dashery.com. As always, if you have a correction or omission from this episode, leave me a voicemail at 619-PAUL-ASK or write a comment on our Discord at discord.gg/HDTGM. And I will respond to your messages on next week's Last Looks episode. Plus, Jason and I are going to chat with Kristen Shaw and Tony Hale. Don't miss it. Dinosaur Improv will return to Largo on May 31st. So come see me and Jason and people like Jack McBrayer. You never know who's going to pop in. Rob Hubel, Lisa Gilroy, the Nicole Byer, Phil Augusta Jackson, Carl Tardell. The list is amazing. Come see Dinosaur every single month in LA and make sure you come check us out in Chicago for that 4:30 matinee. Remember, if you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please make sure you are subscribed to our feed and have automatic downloads turned on in the show settings. It helps us and we appreciate it a lot. And last but not least, I have to thank our entire team because without them,
there's no show. I'm talking about our producers, Scott Sonny, Molly Reynolds, and our movie-picking producer, Avril Halley, our engineer, Casey Holford, and Jess Cisneros, who makes our social media videos. That's all I got, people. I'll see you next week on Last Looks. Bye for now.